Well, hey everybody, hello. Having some tech difficulties today, but welcome to a video all about organization. Today is part 3 of helping your teens get organized. So we've talked about mental organization, physical organization, and today we're focusing on those tools that your teen needs to use to get organized. So let me know, mamas, are there certain tools that your teen uses that help him, help her get organized? I want to know what they are, if there's a certain type of folder, certain app, certain thing. Let me know, because maybe it's something I don't know about. Maybe it's something another parent watching would love to know about. So drop those ideas down below. And if it seems like nothing's helping your teen, that's okay too. And I'm here to help. So before we go too much further, I want to let you know I have an awesome freebie for you, for your teen, called Learning Style Tools for Teens Guide. So stick around to the end so I can tell you more about that. And, you've answered the question about your teen and the tools. And now I want to share with you my 3 favorite tools. Okay. Number 1 is a planner, agenda, whatever you want to call it, but your teen's got to have one. Okay. We've talked about the stuff that your teen needs to keep organized, and that planner is probably the absolute most important thing that your teen needs to keep track of. Okay. Because if he doesn't have his planner, well, then how does he know what's coming up? Now, obviously, if your teen's not using a planner and he has one, that's a problem. And that's something we can talk about when I work with your teen, because generally, when our teens don't use a planner, it's for some pretty simple reasons. Number 1 is they don't know how to use it. You give a teen something, tell them, yeah, go study, go fill this out, and they don't know what they're supposed to write down or how to make the most use of it. Well, they're going to feel kind of dumb. They're going to feel like it's kind of pointless. And so you're going to get frustrated and they're going to think it's a waste of time. Okay. If you're even questioning, well, how can they not know how to use a planner? Well, think about something that you were given for the first time, some kind of tool for work, for school, for whatever, and you had to learn how to use it. Same is true for our teens and planners. Okay. It also goes into their learning style. Okay. There are many different ways to fill out a planner, many ways to utilize it. But again, your teen's going to want to do it one way. Whatever works best for your teen's interest, whatever works best for your teen's learning style. Okay. Other item I want to share, number 2 of 3 here, is a whiteboard. Okay. As you could probably tell, I use whiteboards all the time, whether it's for my notes in videos like this, whether it's for my to-do list, whether it's have my whiteboard calendar, because I've got 2 of them. I've got my weekly and then I've got my yearly over there. And whiteboards are essential to organization. Okay. Your teen needs them for, say, working out math problems. Your teen needs them to keep track of, okay, what am I doing this week, today, this month? Okay. And the cool thing about whiteboards is that they're fun to use. I have yet to have a teen tell me, oh, I don't like whiteboards. Okay. And they meet the tactile, the kinesthetic type of learner, because there's the physical writing, there's the drawing. They meet the visual because there's all the different colors involved. There's the actual, okay, I wrote on the whiteboard. Now I can visually, I can see it, I can refer to it. Now, our auditory learners, yeah, they can use whiteboards too. Now, the whiteboard, like a physical one, isn't necessarily going to talk to your teen, but there's all sorts of different online whiteboards, computerized things. And there's also the fact that, okay, as your teen talks to himself as he fills out his whiteboard calendar, his to-do list, his whatever, it's going to actually help your teen because he's talking himself through that math problem. He's reminding himself, oh, this is coming up, or, oh, I need to make sure to do this. Okay, so whiteboards, planners, 2 very important tools for your teens to get organized. I have one more I want to share with you. Before I do, I want to say to all of our listeners, thank you so much for being here on Facebook. Thanks for being here on YouTube. Be sure to follow, be sure to subscribe, because there's going to be more tips coming your way all about organization, and I don't want you to miss them. So follow, subscribe, turn on those notifications. And if you're wondering, okay, who are you? Like, who's telling me about organization for my teen? My name is Jessica Coulter. I'm the CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring and Study with Jessie. I help teens love to learn by knowing how to learn through study skills. All right, you ready for the third resource, that third tool that your team needs to get organized? Well, it's simple and it's probably, I don't know, it's definitely not my favorite for the fun factor, but it's my fun and the usefulness factor. All right. The third thing that your team needs to be organized is a folder. Okay. And it's not just any old folder. My favorite folders are these plastic folders with the brads. Okay, if you've been around here for a while, you've probably seen other videos, you've seen reels where I'm like, buy the plastic folders. And if you know me at all, you know I hate yellow, so I thought it was funny. This was the empty one I had at hand. I guess it was either this or alien heads, but whatever. But the plastic folders with the brads. These are so important for organization because one, they last forever. Okay, as a student, I used to fly through the paper folders like, I don't know, I had to like refresh that semester, okay? Also, with the brads, the papers don't fall out. So your kid who loves to use loose leaf paper, this is an awesome choice because papers don't rip like they do in a binder, trapper keeper, 3-ring things, okay? And these are also cool because there's plenty of room to add more papers. There's plenty of ways to take out the papers. And even better, your team, this is where the organization comes in, your team can put page dividers in here, okay? You have a section for handouts, a section for study guides, a section for notes, okay? So many ways to organize. And again, it goes back to learning styles because different color per class is very visual, okay? The idea of what all do I put in the folders? Is it just paper? Is it sticky notes? Is it the page dividers? Is it some kind of checklist? Is it some kind of, handout? I mean, so many ways to personalize this to your team's learning style and interest. But the secret here, the whole point I'm trying to make is those 3 tools I shared today, the planner, the folders, and the whiteboard. They are essential to getting your team organized. So if you got questions, drop them below. Better yet, ask them in my Facebook group, Teaching Teens to Love Learning. And remember, you're here. You made it to the end of the video, so thank you so much. And I want to offer you my Learning Style Tools for Teens guide. If you want a copy of this, drop the word learn so I can send it your way. And if you're like, Jessica, what is this thing? Why do I want it? Well, we've been talking about learning styles, okay? Many different learning tools, aka school supplies out there, but certain tools, aka school supplies, go with certain learning styles. So if you want to know, okay, how does my team love to learn? What's his style? And, what tools, supplies do I need to buy for next year, maybe this summer? I want to send you that. So drop the word learn so I can send you that list. And I hope you have an awesome night. Can't wait to see you in tomorrow's video as we continue our discussion about organization and helping your teen learn how to learn through study tools, through study tips like organization. Bye, everybody.